What's going on, guys? It's Kyle. Welcome to the Stock Goat YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be covering the SoFi stock. I am extremely bullish for SoFi heading into the Q3 earnings report. I believe it's going to be the best earnings report the company has ever produced. We were all not very excited for the Q2 earnings, and that was because SoFi really pulled back on their lending originations, being very conservative, trying to get defaults under control. That's exactly what they did, but they still ended up producing the highest revenue, all time for the company's history, beating Q4 revenue, which was that breakout quarter where we had that $48 million profit. Now is the time to be focusing on net income profitability because that is where the market looks like it's headed for picking out, some of these stocks that have really been taken off. We've had, Palantir's net income continuously go up. Robinhood's net income continuously go up, and also Nubank's net income, continuously go up. And it looks like SoFi has been the lagger, sadly. But at the same time, SoFi has also grown with great scale, continuing to show record members, every single quarter, second highest all time. And now that they have got defaults under control, it looks like it's time for them to put the foot back on the gas for lending. So even though the overall business has been growing, with financial services and their, Galileo tech platform, this is the perfect quarter we've been waiting on. We want to see all three businesses hit a record at the exact same time. And I believe that's exactly what you guys are going to get. You are going to get lending, financial services, and the Galileo tech platform come together all at once. And this is going to give you the perfect quarter. Not a good quarter, not a great quarter. You need the perfect quarter because these other companies, have been doing absolutely wonderful the past, 3 quarters, and SoFi has been lagging the first half of 2024. But I believe it is time for SoFi to really pick up the slack and hit new records across the board. If you find any of this information useful, be sure to smash the like button, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be keeping you updated daily on all the breaking news with the SoFi stock. And guys, this is one of those videos you've really been waiting on. Guys, we're really going to pull back the hood, look at the 10 Qs for the last, couple of quarters and really see, what is going on behind the business. Take a look at all the expenses, the costs, and, just see what direction the company is headed for this next quarter. I believe it's going to be a breakout. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's keep it very basic on the SoFi stock real quick. We're going to look at the last 3 quarters. We want to just continue to stick that net income profitability, okay? Q4 was the blowout quarter that we've been waiting for last year. We had a $48 million profit. Fast forward, when we got that cool off, Q1 with lending, you can see they put up an $88 million, profit, but that was with that $60 million, expense, boost that they got, for, refinancing the debt. So we only really did about 29 million. We actually went down again to 17 million for the most recent quarter. And guys, we know that this is because lending has completely paused the last 6 months. That was to get defaults under control, give the consumer a break, the SoFi, member, and, really just allow them to, regain their finances in order. Now that SoFi has that massive scale, it is time to deliver these lending products, to the customer because we have rates potentially coming down. Going to get a rate cut potentially in the next 30 days, and that's going to help the consumer stay resilient because overall expenses, overall cost of lending is going to drop. Okay, the bills aren't going to be as big, the bills are going to be a little bit smaller. And that's exactly what SoFi has truly been waiting on, that first rate cut, and I think they are going to deliver maximum profits, maximum lending in the next 2 quarters, Q3 and Q4. All right, guys, you can see here I pulled up the 10Q. This is 148 pages. This is for Q3 2023. This is prior to them having that breakout, quarter for Q4. And the reason why we're looking at 1 quarter prior to the Q4 2023 report is because lending originations has a delayed reaction, okay? Usually what you see happen 90 days prior because, those bills have to start coming in, that interest has to start coming in. You see a delayed reaction. So usually when we see originations at, whatever level, we can pretty much predict what is going to happen for that upcoming quarter. That's why we're looking at the Q3 specifically, because Q4 was the breakout profitability quarter. And then we're going to look at the 10 Qs for the next couple of quarters. So we're going to skip the Q4 specifically just because it was a slowdown in lending. And we're going to look at the Q1 2024 right here. And we're also going to look at the 10Q for the Q2 2024. So we're looking at the Q3 2023, the Q1 2024, and the Q2 2024, and just showing you what is going on behind the scenes with the expenses. Guys, here's what I did. I broke down all the non-interest expenses for the, those 3 quarters, and you can see the Q3 2023 is right here. The Q1 2024 is right here, and the Q2 2024 is right here. Okay, so we're going to be, starting off with the non-interest expenses for Q3 2023 to show you exactly what is going on with SoFi behind the scenes. Guys, you have to really, stay focused, because you're going to see a lot of important information, where SoFi is spending, each and every quarter, and where the expenses are coming up. This is going to have a big effect on profitability for each of the upcoming quarters for, the rest of the company's history. So guys, take a look. Technology and product development, 125 million. Sales and marketing, this is the big one we're really going to be looking at, was 186 million in Q3 2023. This was that breakout upcoming quarter before the Q4 numbers came out, okay? Cost of operations, 98 million. General and administrative, 124 million. Provision and credit losses, 21 million. Guys, this is very important as well, because we have seen defaults really tick down. So the provision for credit losses has also came down dramatically, which is also good, okay? So these are the numbers that we're going to be looking at. And you can see the total comes out to non-interest expenses of $556 million. And then we're going to jump to Q1 2024, guys. We can see technology and product development was 130 million. So you can see this ticked up about $5 million. Sales and marketing actually came down to $167 million, guys, like a $20 million drop off in Q1 2024. Why is that? Why is sales and marketing down 20 million? Very simple, guys. They pulled back on lending originations dramatically. That is the bulk of the sales difference you're seeing from the Q3 breakout to the Q1 cool off. Understand that. Cost of operations was $100 million. This was literally like a break even as well, guys. A tick up, $2 million, exactly what we want to see. And then general and administrative ticked up a lot. You can see it was a 145 million the last quarter for Q1, and then Q3 was 124. So it's ticked up 20 million. And then provision for credit losses, 7 million. This actually came down dramatically, guys, $14 million. So 21 million for Q3. So you can see the real big differences, guys, was specifically, sales and marketing and provision for credit losses, general administrative. Now we're going to look at the Q1 to Q2, okay, the most recent quarters, to see the 3-month difference of what's going on behind the company, okay? You can see technology and product development was $132 million. This ticked up quarter over quarter by $2 million. So these numbers you're looking at are the differences from the Q1 numbers, okay? So sales and marketing jumped up to $184 million. 17 million quarter over quarter jump. Now, real quick before we continue to move on, look at the difference real quick from Q2 and then that breakout Q3 last year, guys. Look at this. Sales and marketing was down $2 million from that breakout quarter, guys. Still haven't even hit that high of Q3 2023 of $186 million. Cost of operations was $109 million. This ticked up $9 million right here. You can see quarter over quarter. General administrative, 145. This was an exact break even. We really want to see this. And then provision for credit loss came up a little bit, plus $4 million. So you can see right here, guys, the difference quarter over quarter was $33 million in expenses, the Q1 quarter to the Q2 quarter. So that's what we need to see what's going on with the back end, $33 million jump. Now, if you look at the Q3 2023, 556 million expense, this actually came down for Q1 of $6 million. Why is that, guys? The bulk came in from lending origination, sales and marketing, a $20 million decline, okay? So what are we looking at for potential expenses, this next upcoming quarter, okay? What I was thinking is, because we hit the gas on sales and marketing, guys, I believe worst case scenario, you go with that exact same, quarter over quarter jump we had of $33 million expense jump Q1 to Q2, guys. I mean, where is it really going to come from? Because general administrative has basically cooled off 145. Technology platform has cooled off at about 130, 132. Cost of operations, you can add in a $10 million jump again. And then sales and marketing going up an additional $20 million, and then call provision for credit loss the exact same. So basically, to get $30 million expense jump, you're going to see 10 million jump in cost of operations, an additional $20 million jump in sales and marketing, guys. And if they push marketing, sales and marketing up an additional, $20 million, Q4 is going to be out of this freaking world. So worst case scenario, we are going to assume a $30 million jump in non-interest expenses for the next upcoming quarter, Q3. Now we need to go over to potential revenue, and just going off of what the management has told us, we pretty much know exactly what type of numbers that we can produce for this upcoming quarter. That's going off of the 80% growth in financial services and the mid to high teens growth in technology platform, about 17%. And then I'm going to put, the lending revenue, which is not going to be exact, but basically the lending is going to be right about where it was in that Q4 breakout quarter because there was a delayed reaction on the origination, sales, and marketing of Q3. So we're going to put it right about, the max revenue that the company's ever hit for lending, which is about 345. So you can see right here my expectations for Q3 2024 is at $661 million in revenue. We'll go back and look at, what SoFi's guidance was, but you really don't even have to look at that if you just do what the management is saying and go off of, origination volumes when they hit peak Q4 2024 numbers. So financial services, you're looking at about $211 million. That's 81% growth. Lending the 345, that's going to be about the exact same they hit back in Q4, 7% growth. And then Galileo 105, that's going to get them to 17% growth year over year. So you're looking at about $661 million. And the expenses should jump up, worst case scenario, about $33 million quarter over quarter. That's going to bring you from the Q2 to the Q3 at $616 million expenses, guys. We're looking at a $45 million net income profitability. Remember, guys, Q2 net income came out at about $17 million. So we're looking at a 165% increase quarter over quarter, not year over year. 165% increase in net income. That's going to get you to $45 million, guys. Quarter over quarter growth, 165%. So $45 million profit. Now let's go back and look at what SoFi, put out for their guidance. So you can see the revenue right here is 625 to 645 million, guys. I put out about $661 million. So this is beating the guidance by 16 million. And then GAAP net income, I said, was going to come in at 45 million. Now, the only number that I believe, is very hard to predict is the lending overall revenue number, guys. You got that difference in sales and marketing where you just don't know where it's going to be at. And you also don't know how the direct, marketing, ads are going to deliver. Are they going to deliver a better profit? Are they going to have, a less connection with the customer? So, of course, guys, the only hit or miss, on my projections is the overall revenue, for lending. Because you can see the record right here was $346 million in revenue. So I pretty much just picked the high because, originations are literally going up, even higher, about, 200 million from that breakout Q3 origination volume. It's going up to 5.3 billion. So I pretty much just put the revenue at the exact same amount. So that's just assuming, 345 million in revenue, which we just don't know, how these numbers are going to come out. But I would just say this is, base case scenario. So if revenue does come in at like a 355 or 365 million, you're going to be looking at a potential $55 to $65 million profit. If you made it to the end of the video, I want to say I really do appreciate it. I enjoyed doing this video for you. Understand, guys, SoFi has been in a complete pause the last 6 months, specifically on the lending business. And lending should start to break out absolutely right now in this upcoming Q3 quarter. And that is before we have even had a rate cut in the past 4 years. So Q4 and all of 2025 would be the breakout time for SoFi, specifically on lending. So even though this quarter might be records across the board, this is no way, shape, or form of what type of numbers SoFi can actually produce. So if we look at the expenses that they produced the last couple of quarters, assume the worst case scenario of a $33 million jump, and follow the guidance of where the company's projection of revenue is, the guidance is very accurate, guys. They're looking at a $45 million profit. I believe that's worst case scenario. Once again, my name is Kyle. Hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to smash the like button, drop a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hope you have a great day.